silip-silipin nyo na lang dahil sa ngayon ay kailangan na natin mag-focus sa Game 1 ng ating pinakaunang best of 3 series sa ating triple header. Clash of Titans agad. Back sa first pick para sa Team Falcons. Balik tank jungle na naman tayo dito, pare Goy.
Wait dude, iba yung nakita natin from yesterday. Kasi kadalasan, pag bukas yung Valentina and you initially get to pick it up. Pero nagbago ng shift dito ang Team Falcons. They went with a back siya. Mabilis ang sagot ng Fredrin and Carry for the other side. So we're expecting na marami tayong utility team fight sa makikita sa laban na to.
Yeah, I think both teams understood the assignment. There's no space to farm here. It's all about early game control, tempo in the river, and of course scaling towards that late game. We all know how capable Super Marco is with this Claude, but we've also seen the potential of Teddy. This time around, di nga lang makakapag-MMR si Teddy kasi yung Claude ay nasa kabila. But for Team Liquid Philippines, this is a lineup that they've used time and time again. Uulit-ulitin nating babanggitin tong term na to, yung nare-refer ni Wolf na Exodia. It's basically an early tempo trio mid that will be able to provide space for both the EXP and the gold laner to have sort of like a space in the mid game para makuha nila yung timing sila, para makuha nila yung farm, and then transition that into the well-known Stampede.
At dito rin naman kasi talaga malakas si JP, no? When we look at JP as a roamer, by the way, finals MVP of last season, ay napakalakas talaga niya sa mga early game-centric heroes na kahit walang item ay napakasakit. We're talking about the Hilda, it's to a certain degree yung Jawhead. But this time around, mukhang Khalid ang kanyang gagamitin para sa game number 1. And sa aking nakikita dito for Team Falcons ay wala pa silang roamer pick na kayang sumabay sa Khalid na ito.
Yeah, maybe the Cho mula dito kay Master Ogwin. Anything that has a way to cancel the Khalid is a must, honestly, for Team Falcons para at least makalaban naman sila doon sa early aggression ng Team Liquid.
Yeah, it feels like another thing are those XP laners na magiging importante din para sana sa Team Falcons. Kasi again, you would want to have Team Liquid Philippines choose an option na magiging pabor doon sa Valentina. Given na sobrang dami niyang pwedeng kopyahin dyan, but an extra one wouldn't mind.
Yeah, I feel like they understood as well yung K2B na nakalatag. Kasi alam mo sa totoo lang, Team Liquid, most of the time, if Sanford feels like playing a hero, they will pick it first space. But they understand the XP matchup is very important here, especially against Flap. Flap na lang walang TZ, okay? And si Flap kasi, matagal na to, history na to, na siya yung type ng XP na kapag binigyan mo ng winning matchup, he will control the river. Team Falcons love playing the mid lane alongside the EXP.
And I think very evident ito during Season 13 of the Grand Finals between Liquid Echo. During that time, kalaban din ng Team Falcons. Flap, to a certain degree, nung mga iilang laro ay hindi siya nabigyan ng mga favorable matchups. Doon natin nakita na medyo nayayanig ang Falcons during that Season 13 Grand Finals matchup. Pero ngayon, 4 seasons after, na magtatapat na naman ang dalawang XP laners na ito, ay mukhang tatanggalan pa ng options ang parehas. At sa lapu-lapu taken away, secured ang Farsa.
You know, I was about to say na medyo naging risk yun. Kasi initially, if you want to provide the winning matchup para dito kay Flap, you'd at least prioritize a bit of his hero. But over the years, mas natutunan na ng Team Falcons while Flap is there to pick a hero that not only suits his playstyle, but also the entirety of the system. Going back sa Exodia statement na sinabi mo, so now, they banned out the Lapu-Lapu, they don't want to give it to Sanford, and then pagdating dito, pwedeng si Flap ang mag-set ng pace towards that XP lane matchup.
Yeah, they could get heroes like Yuzong, yung Lapu nakaban na, maybe the Phobius para kay Flap. But again, if you look at the draft, Team Liquid, they understand that Sanford has to get the absolute last pick. He needs to get the winning matchup para hindi magawa ng Team Falcons yung normal and typical rotation nila na yung XP laner ay nagpupunta ng mid before the turtle fight. So you need to get a stable XP laner here for Team Falcons, and there goes the Phobius. Glue is open para kay Sanford and maybe even the Arlot, honestly.
Oo. And sabihin na natin kahit ba napakadaming dash ng Arlot plus the carry, Arlot pa rin ay Sanford yan kung sakali
Or Yuzong.
Oo nga.
Kahit may Valentina sa kabila. So like those three are, I would say, the best XP laners to fit into this last pick. Yung Glue, yung Arlot, Yuzong. Maybe a contemporary Alice. just in case kasi ang daming nakatayo sa side ng Team Falcons.
That's true. And I feel like Alice has been one of those picks na underrated para sa kamay ni Sanford. A 5-man set last week. Pero Sora pa rin ang kanyang kukunin para sa last pick. And this is very weird para sa akin, ha? Dahil ngayon na lang ulit ako nakakita ng last pick na Sora. Pero syempre para sa ating super fans dyan, kung gusto nyo pong manalo ng 1,000 MLBB Diamonds, i-predict lamang ang match winner ng tama. Scan the QR code para malaman kung paano makasali dito.
Again, honestly, sobrang nag-build up din ako dun sa sinabi mo, Womi, about that Sora being quite weird considering na una, may Valentina dun sa kabila. And then on the other side, it makes it difficult or makes it easier for them para mamili kung ano ba yung pipiliin in terms sa kokopyahin itong si Valentina. Will he go for the Fredrin para dun sa Taunt, Khalid Raging Sandstorm, even yung Farsa. So ang daming choices dito ni Haji.
Yeah, sa totoo lang, it looks on paper that Team Falcons has a lot of favorable stuff in their composition, but do take note, Team Liquid actively decided to go for this Sora last pick. And recently, may mga trend na yung Sora EXP, instead of going hybrid, they go full damage. And I feel like that's the thing that Sanford is looking forward to, na kaya niyang labanan yung Phobius with the damage Sora build.
Yes, and very exciting to see our level 4 fights as we head on to game number 1 ng ating pinakaunang best of 3. Sakitan agad dito sa mid lane. And ito talaga ang specialty ng dalawang roamer natin, yung early game pressure, especially around this mid lane area.
Pero kadalasan pag sa ganyan, yung Khalid, yun yung unang-unang nababanatan eh. For some reason, there has to be a way. Pero fortunately, para dito kay JP, wala man lang nagalusan. Same could be said para dito sa gold lane matchup.
Yeah, mainit eh, no? Parang nagtatantyahan, nagkakasukatan yung mga roamers, yung mga gold laners. And ang kinagandahan dito, alam nila yung limits ng mga hero nila. There's nothing that is being forced. They're just trying to poke, to control the wave, and then maybe look a +1 play mula sa kanilang mga jungler.
And look at that, Super Marco with the knowledge na kaya niyang lamangan dahil level 2 na siya. Popping the Purify, however, ng napakaaga, malayo-layo pa naman ang pinakaunang objective fight natin.
Yeah, I mean, there's still some time para kay Super Marco to not only get into level 4, pero parang hindi rin natin siya halos i-expect doon sa first turtle fight. So he can exhaust most of those battle spells if he wants to. Not much activity so far.
Yeah, but the setup is nice, however, for Team Falcons. Like, yung ginawa ni Ogwin, umakit siya. Even though nag-sacrifice ng konti dito si Haji, pero Valentina naman kasi ang hawak niya. He's gonna get some XP. They equalize the lane on top para makasama yung Phobius later on.
Oo, and so far, no, iikot lamang si Kyle, exerting some pressure in the mid lane. 15 seconds bago lumabas ang pinakaunang objective natin. Napakasakit ng tinangkin ni Haji doon. Pero so far, wala pa namang kumakagat na lalaban talaga. Nagse-set up lamang ang parehas sa kupunan sa pinakaunang pagong.
They're right there sa may gold grab. Both of them putting themselves in a position para makuha itong pagong na ito. 75% health. Flap, Kyle, Ogwen nakapwesto na. Carl, JP, and Sanford din nakapalibot lamang. Pero ito na si Flap, tumatalon-talon. Cartlease is also gonna be doing the same. Pero hindi nila focus ang turtle. Ang focus nila ay babagsakin na iba sa mga members ng Team Liquid Philippines. And RG is gonna be going down next. Kyle, susubukan niya makaretreat. That's exactly what he's gonna do. Sanji, Flap ay hinahabol na naman. Itong si Loads down. And he might be going down. That is the duck to take him all in. Called easy gagawin ng parehas na kaso pero si Kyle handang gumulong. JP ay babalik. Bakbakan na naman ng dalawang team sa atin ngayon. And Sanford is nowhere. It was Flap instead. Isama mo na si JP. It's Falcons taking everything.
Big win para dito sa Team Falcons. 4 na katawan kasama pa ang pagong.
It's the EXP showdown and this time around Team Flap. Team Falcons, pero pwede mo rin sabihin Team Flap was the problem for Team Liquid. Ang bigat nung dinadamang problema dito ng Team Liquid kasi talon ng talon yung Phobius.
At tinitipid pa nga niya yung mga ibang ulti ng Phobius na ito hanggang lumipad, hanggang tumakbo si Sanji. Very well executed team fight and objective tape mula sa Team Falcons. Kaya naman lamang na sila ng 1,000 ngayon. At para naman sa Team Liquid Philippines, mukhang steady lang talaga ang kanilang goal dito dahil wala pa namang sakitan na nagaganap sa gold lane.
Dude, same idea. Para sa dalawang gold laners nitong Team Liquid, you're gonna have to wait for them for a bit pero hindi na paghihintayin ng Team Falcons. Si JP dahil kitil na naman ang kanyang buhay. Kyle, TZ, and Ogwen nakafocus sila ngayon dito sa purple buff.
Early invades na nagmumula dito sa Team Falcons at gusto pa ata nilang lumaban. Ayaw pagpahingayin si Carl TZ. Low HP on that retribution na makukuha naman ata ito ni Carl. Mag-i-invade pero nahihirapan na ang Liquid.
Let me just say, they're not pulling punches here, Team Falcons. They're doing every trick in the book that they they've known for the past 6 years. Kyle, not even using retry. Pina-retry niya lang si Tlph para makuha niya lahat ng mga green camps ng Team Liquid kasi alam niya kapag hawak niya pa yung retry, hindi nako-contest pa yung Fredrin.
Wow, and so far, no, aabot naman ata yung retribution ng dalawang jungle natin sa upcoming second turtle fight midnight. Kaya bang lumaban dito ng Team Liquid? Should they fight in this next turtle?
It's honestly very hard. Sanford has to have a good opening. Kanina nakita natin na shutdown niya yung Valentina, but he has to deal with the Baksha and the Phobius.
Yun na nga, minamatahan pa siya ni Ogwen sa pagkakataon nito, pero papalag yata ang Team Liquid. Unfortunately for Ogwen, he's gonna be the first one taken down. JP mag-heal. Tlph nasa kalagitnaan ng mga members ng Team Falcons, pero Carl is gonna be going down as well. JP ang susunod na yata dahil sa pagdakdak nito si Flap. Sanford, buhay pa! Flap takes another life!
Oh wow, 5-0 and 1 for Flap. At nahanap na naman niya ang mga kailangan niyang hanapin mula sa Team Liquid. Pero walang nagpagong sa laban na yun.
Yeah, alam nila na talagang hero battle yung mangyayari dito sa turtle objective, especially if both sides were willing to fight. Team Falcons punished the Sora heavily. However, nung nakita nila na yung Sora lumapit, pinorse kagad nila yung ultimate, and nung nawala na yung ultimate, dun na naging malaking problema yung Phobius.
Guys, we were talking about this kanina, the best matchup possible para kay Flap, at ito yung nagiging resulta ng laban na yun. Halos 1,000 lang naman ang kalabangan ng Team Falcons, but for Liquid, gusto nilang lumaban sa pagkakataon na to, pero si JP medyo na burst down, makakapag-heal naman ng konti. Eventually, he's gonna be taken out of the team fight. Tlph, Sanford, at si Sanji nagbabato ng mga feathered airstrikes sa may ng likuran. Aabutin siya ni Flap, matotot ng konti. Ogwen's gonna do the same, and Hachi, the rest of Team Falcons zoning out Liquid.
Yet another objective secured para sa Team Falcons, and Tlph is looking unstoppable.
We've seen this time and time again, the macro versus the stampede. Team Falcons, they don't do anything unnecessary. Kung kukunin mo lang yung pagong, kukunin mo lang yung pagong. Kung mangzozone ka lang, they don't need to go the extra mile. They take every little bit that they can away from Team Liquid.
Pero mukhang magkakaroon ng 1v1 dito sa taas. Masyado nang makunat si Flap, pero may team fight sa baba, pare. At ang David, tatakas lang, pre.
Walang unnecessary talaga eh.
Parang, hindi, wag na. Napabagsak na eh.
Wala na,
Bagsak
nakuha
yung Tore.
ni
Wala na tayong kailangan gawin doon.
Libre na eh, di ba? Sabi ni Kyle, okay ni Tore, okay, out na. Disiplina.
Alam mo yung nasa harapan mo na eh. Nandun na, nakatago na sa zero bush. Pero biglang nag-U-turn si Kyle. And Falcons are now still holding on to that 1.5k gold lead. Tama ba yung ginagawa ng Midnight na parang tinitipid pa nila yung sarili nila? Is this a correct approach?
I feel like against Team Liquid, you have to be very disciplined. Kasi if you give them a short opening, dyan nagsisimula yung stampede eh. Dyan nagsisimula yung kaya na nilang mang force ng mga team fights, kaya nilang mang force ng mga battle spell. So if you're Team Falcons, you're very concerned about making any unnecessary moves. Kasi any mistake that they show to against Team Liquid, they will punish.
Yeah. And we've seen this time and time again, Team Liquid, kahit malamangan mo ng 5,000, 4,000, the moment na magkamali ka sa isang teamfight ay kadalasan yun talaga nagiging paraan ng Team Liquid na makabawi. And so far, wala talaga masyadong nangyayaring laban sa ating mapa.
Yeah, those were the gaps that they were looking for from the start. Sanji, ginamit niya yung wings by wings siya kagad as soon as makita niya itong si Kyle. It's gonna be difficult for him to find his position, so hihintayin nila na magkaroon ng cooldown na yon bago nila i-approach itong susunod na pagong. Full skills, full battle spells, that's the must for both of these teams.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Midnight, hindi pa natin nakikita na sumasama si Teddy sa mga teamfight na to.
I think for Tlph, that's the correct response. Steady lang talaga dapat yung good lane. Kasi kapag napatay si Teddy rito, that's a big momentum shift that is gonna be favorable for Team Falcons. Kaya dapat kalmado lang ang Tlph.
Oh, wait!
Wow!
There was a kill! Si Teddy hindi na masyadong kalmado dahil isa ang bagsak sa Team Falcons ngayon. Ngayon sila pupurka. Papalagan na nila. Walang iba kundi si Flap ng mga katakas by using that flicker. Cal's gonna be doing the same. Pero masyadong makunat ang Baksha na ito. Super Marco already taking the minions down, but one casualty is there.
It's a big casualty. They took down the Hilda. They will lose River because of this. And now Tlph, they have Lord momentum. Walang Tortoise Boy Sons. Si Kyle, they have to wait it out. And because of this, yung space na nakuha ng Tlph, look at this. They're maximizing. They're pushing out the waves. They're forcing Team Falcons to defend. And now, they get the River back.
And this was the first time na sumama si Teddy sa isang teamfight, already getting his first kill of the game 8 minutes in. Team Liquid Philippines ngayon, they're still behind by 1,000. Pero katulad na naman ng sinabi ni Midnight ay kaya na nilang hawakan yung Lord area na ito.
Tol, yung pagsama ni Teddy, that was the first time, just like what you guys said. Pero sinigurado nila na may kill. Hindi sayang yung punta or yung sama nitong si Teddy at that certain moment. Kasi kung hindi, makikita siya, mako-compromise yung position, and it's gonna be very difficult for Team Liquid to actually assess kung ano yung dapat nilang gawin.
Iba din yung patience ng Tlph. Talagang naghihintay sila ng konti pero
Oh no!
hindi na naghintay.
Napigilan ang lipad ng matayog na ibon na Sanji falls to the hands of Team Falcons. Ngayon sila ang nakapalibot sa Lord Pit. Our first major objective of this game. Sanford sinusubukan na medyo bawasan ng paunti-unti itong si Ogwen. Another reset from the Lord. Cal's gonna be coming from the back. At tatamahan niya wala iba kundi si Carl. Hello, Idol! At dito na naman ako. Taking one down for the team, and JP might be falling next sa kamay ni Haji.
Wow, what a bait coming in from Team Falcons. Hindi agad sila nag-Lord. Hinawakan lamang. How did that happen? Parang nag-collapse ang Team Liquid.
Again, it's just textbook play for Team Falcons. They've been doing this for a long while now. You bait the Lord. When Tlph shows up, you force the backsha roll. And yung ginagawa ni Flap, dinedelay niya yung nasa unahan. Pina-force nila yung mga skills. And it forces Tlph to act a certain way. Either they choose na i-contest yung Lord or lumaban sa harap kaso kasi papunta na yung backsha. So, yung momentum and yung tempo ng team fight in favor para sa Team Falcons.
And ito rin siguro yung parang reminder sa lahat ng mga Farsa players natin, no, na mahirap talaga mag-Farsa. If you are up against a world-class backsha player, parang ganun lang na nag-wings by wings ka at naunahan ka ng gulong, ay yan na ang simula ng iyong kamatayan.
Tol, the situation for Sanji is hahabulin siya ni Kyle, Flap, Ogwen. Yun yung tatlong ayaw mo makita.
Oh my. Tatlong tao.
Tapos, meron pang Blazing Do It mamaya. Dagdag mo pa yan.
It's gonna be really hard para pumuesto dito kay Sanji in this 10-minute game. Papunta na tayo ng ating 11-minute mark at mukhang chumachani nilang isa ang Lord doon sa may bandang ibaba. Nice setup mula dito kay Sanford at mukhang makakadepensa naman sila sa may bandang itaas, pero patuloy pa rin ang Lord Siege ng Team Falcons. Napakagandang pag-setup ng mga waves at mukhang may shields pa naman para dito sa Team Liquid.
At mukhang gagastusin na nila to. That is gonna be the choice. And they are hoping na hindi na nila kakailanganin next. Actually, hindi na nakaapak. Ayun lang.
Oh, JP, wow!
Lord, but then nandun pa rin yung iba sa mga members ngayon ng Team Falcons. Hindi na natin makuha energy shields. Kunin na lang natin ang buhay ng isa. And that is gonna be Sanford actually bouncing back from that. Ayaw na niya ng kahit ano pang aktibidades kasama ang Falcons.
Oh my goodness, buhay pa din yung energy shields. Nagpakamatay si JP para sa shield ng Tlph. Okay, pumutok na. 11 minutes na rin naman na kasi. And Team Falcons, again, tama yung sinabi ni Hanse, kung di man natin makuha yung energy shields, patay na lang natin si JP. At least we get something out of that attempt in the middle lane. And now you have to wait it out. For Team Falcons, hinihintay nila yung Lord, lilinisin nila yung jungle ng Tlph. And it's actually the cavalry that needs to do something right now. They have to force something. They have to find maybe a walking Hilda na mahuli nila. Tapos mawala yung flicker. Kasi kapag wala sila makukuha, it is gonna be a very difficult Lord fight once again. Kasi uulit-ulitin lang ng Team Falcons ang ginagawa nila. Haharap si Flap, tapos rollo yung backsha.
At mukhang problema na nga rin dito, no, si Super Marco, if you're on the side of Team Liquid. Currently, the most farmed hero sa larong ito. And we're talking about Tlph, isang item na lang. At lamang ata siya ng 1,800 kumpara kay Teddy sa game number 1 na ito.
Tol, walang galos si Super Marco, extra danyos pa yan pag nalatagan talaga niya ng Blazing Do It yung iba sa mga members ng Liquid. And this is gonna be the task para kay Carl TZ and kay JP to hold. They have to find the right angles to hopefully find Super Marco in a very difficult situation. Pero kailangan muna nilang pagdaanan yung trilogy ng makukunat na boys ng Falcons.
Grabe yung laro natin. Parang may checklist sila lahat. Naka-check yung slow push for Team Falcons. They have the river control. Na-clear na yung mid. And now they will go to the Lord side. And Tlph again, sila yung mamimili dito. Ano ang una nilang gagawin? Do they defend top or do they force something in the Lord Pit?
Nako, parang pag may nagpakita sa side ng Team Liquid doon sa may bandang itaas, ay pwede nang gumawa ng kung ano-anong play ang Team Falcons dito around this Lord area. Dehadong-dehado ang Team Liquid Philippines, pero maganda pa rin naman ang kanilang pwesto. Hindi pa rin nataalam ng Team Falcons kung nasaan si Carl TZ. May ideya lamang kung nasaan. Kaya naman binabagala ng parehas na kupunan ang paghawak sa Lord na ito. This is the second lord of the game. Kaya naman malaki ang implications ng larong ito, sa larong ito.
Pare, papabagalin lang talaga ito ng Team Falcons. Ayun, humarap si Flap.
Men, papabilisin na naman nila. Just like that. Flap, Sanford, wala makikita sa pagkakataon na yon. It's just too much speed coming out from the rest of the members here for both teams.
Kyle.
Hawak pa rin, Kyle. Looks like they're gonna go all in.
No contest whatsoever. If you're not wearing green, you're not allowed to enter the river. The Lord is taken by Falcons.
And that is almost all of the objectives present sa larong ito na nakuha na ng Team Falcons. Hindi tayo nagkaroon ng third turtle. Kaya perfect turtle pick and Lord pick ang Team Falcons sa larong ito.
Clean, precise, absolute perfection mula sa Team Falcons. Mukha lang pinabilis, men. Pinaalis lang yung mga frontliner kasi tinakot nila yung Tlph. And nung nag-back off sila JP at pati na rin si Tlph, nag-U-turn na naman yung back siya. Men, kinuha lang yung Lord.
And so far, perfect game para dito kay Kyle. 1-0-11, 100% kill participation para sa first pick back siya na ito mula sa Team Falcons as they head on to siege the mid lane. Meron din silang minion wave doon sa taas at sa baba. At mukhang taas ang una nilang target.
Nauna, si Owen at si Kyle, nababagsak na nila yung inhibitor sa may bandang itaas. Tutulungan naman nila ang Lord sa may bandang gitna. Pero may taunt na gagawin si Tlph. Owen will be taken down to a chunk of his HP. Flap and Hachi's gonna be doing the same. Pero nilalatag na naman si Sanford. Blazing to it mula kay Super Marco ay walang mawawala mula sa Team Liquid. Pero Falcons hindi pa sila titigil. Marco, niraratrat yung inhibitors and that's gonna be more than enough. We got to. Back na tayo agad.
Disiplinang malala from Team Falcons, committing all the spells to zone away Teddy para hindi siya makapag-burst down sa team fight na yun. Sanford did try his best to take down Super Marco, but there was the Purify as well as the Wind of Nature mula kay Super Marco. And after nun, kuha lang ng Torre and disengage kagad.
Wow, still no casualties para sa parehas na kupunan. After a few minutes na puro aksyon ang ating nakikita ay wala talagang bumabagsak. Ano bang basa natin dito, Midnight?
Again, it is the Team Falcons tempo.
Whoa! There's gonna be another one. Fair strike sa likod sa kay Super Marco. Pero si Tlph mawawala. Ngayon pulasan na mga members ng Team Liquid pero naghahabol. Wala iba kundi si Flcn. Teddy nasa may padalikuran. Sanji ay lilipad and then Sanford gets another kill. Flap making it happen as well. Pero si Haji na naman ang mawawala. JP cut into at least sa
Alaya na si
Kyle. Kinulungan ang tadhana ng Liquid. Taking 2, not 3 kills even. Super Marco hindi pa tapos. Sanji nag-flicker out pero hahabulin niya ang iba sa mga members ng Liquid, but Falcons got too much. Kumakatok na sila sa pintuan.
10 segundo para dito kay Tlph. Predator strike para mag-clear ng mga minions at kailangan na nga i-rush ito ng Falcons kung gusto na nilang tapusin.
3v2. Kyle, medyo mababa yung kanyang HP pero mamalag pa rin kasi si JP ang mababanatan. Another cannon still alive para sa kanilang kupunan. Nagla-lock target doon sa base. They still have an extra waves, but the Liquid Stampede is still breathing.
Sobrang bilis ng disengagement. Alam nila, narinig nila, wala nga retry. Lord is spawning in 12 seconds. 10 seconds na hindi pwede kumontest ang Tlph. They might just burst this Lord. And if you look at that previous team fight, Haji, even though namatay na si Flap, na wala na yung full views, nabawasan ng frontliner dito, ang Team Falcons, kinopya niya yung Sora. Dalawa yung sumozone. Laban kay Teddy. Na-shutdown nila yung carry ng Tlph.
Brilliant usage of the IMU at katulad na nga lang ng sinabi mo, Midnight, ay ipaburst na nga ng Team Falcons ang third Lord ng larong ito. Another uncontested Lord. Ilista mo na yan para sa Team Falcons. Depensa na naman ang Cavalry.
You know, this is a crazy statement game mula kay Kyle. Back in the interview, sinabi niya na idol ko si Carl. Pero kailangan kong tanggalin yung TZ to build my own name. And in this first game, wala pang nakukuha na major objective si Carl. It has all gone to Kyle. What a way to start this off.
Oo. At game 1 pa lang to, pare. Ha?
Game 1 pala. Iba talaga pag Clash of Titans. Ito yung mga moments na pwede mong i-proc yung sumpa ni Bri. Kasi sa totoo lang, ang sarap mag-game 3.
Oo, ang sarap talaga panoorin ng Game 3 na to kung sakali. And to be fair, men, napaka-entertaining ng tank jungler warfare na to. Sanay na tayo ulit sa mga assassin, pero itong Action Jackson, yung mga tanks na napapanood natin, and with the Lord pushing dito sa mid lane, ito na ang pinakamalaking chance ng Team Falcons na tapusin ang larong ito. Conceal play mula sa Team Falcons, naghahanap ng angulo, pero bot lane nata ang kanilang target sa ngayon.
That's gonna be an inhibitor taken down for sure. Target ng Liquid ay ang Lord. Sinusubukan nila pabagsakin, pero ito na, kumakatok sa pintuan ng Team Falcons. Slowly locking in, pero si Marco babagsak. Humihinga pa ang Team Liquid. They're trying to at least knock them down. But the lock is gonna happen. Team Falcons, matayog ang lipad to start week number 2.
And with that Game 1 victory, ang ating opener for day